Good afternoon. It's Sharon here, Be Divine Vintage. Yesterday I did the video that completed this page of my altered book. So I did this page a couple of days ago, which I need to finish off dangles and things, and I've got an idea. Well, I know exactly what I'm going to put in the middle there, so watch out for that one. There is this page with the pop-up flowers, and I'm working on this at the minute. So that's 2, 4, 6 pages completed. This is what I did yesterday. So I decided to put one of my tags in. There's a video on this as well, how I did this. Pretty. So lots of like journaling space. Could probably put something on the back there as well, actually. Yes, could. Can't remember how I tied this now. I think it was this, like this. Well, we'll just tie it like this for now then. Just tie it like that. So I put this into this glassine, into my Red Riding Hood glassine bag, altered bag. So then I've been looking at it yesterday. I kept coming in, having a look, and then in the night I got up and came down and had a look. If you remember, I'd put the little pocket there to hold something, and I was going to put a doll in it because I thought this is so pretty to look at. If I put what I'd intended, the sloppy notebook, it would cover all of this. So I was like, oh, I'm in and eyeing and up and down in the night and things. Anyway, I thought, well, I could put a sloppy book there, but I'll do a skinny one. So I got some Edith Holden. This was in my stash. I have folded it in half and I popped it in, and I thought, actually, that would be probably about the perfect size. So that is what I'm going to do. I'll make a sloppy book inspired by Laurie Marie Jenkins, using this as my base. In fact, I'm going to put it that way around because I want that on the inside. So let's begin. I'm making waves now, moving my craft room from here upstairs. So I'm getting there, and I'm really pleased about that. My daughter actually said, Mum, your new craft room's coming together. And my husband said, I can actually see the floor in the craft room. So that tells me it's happening. Right, I'm finally getting there. I'm going to tear some of this off now. You'll see why. You will see why. So remember, this is a sloppy book. Sloppy. I put that in my scraps. There we go. I've got some peeled paint distress ink. I do like this distress ink. I'm using a makeup brush, a well-used makeup. Not brush, it's not a brush, it's a sponge. There we go, just go around that. I don't need to go around it on this. This is the outside. So, next I need this packaging. You know the packaging paper that you get with your Amazon parcels and things. Oh, I don't want to. Sloppy book, no scissors allowed. Can you see I'm just tearing some off? I got some packaging paper like this the other day. Oh, the smell on it, I don't know what had happened, but it was horrific. Now I'm just going to sort of work out the height I want this to be. this is probably the easiest sort of journal you could ever make. Right. So then, there it is, all torn, ready. I'm going to tear a bit more of that off. So, yesterday, if you saw the video yesterday, I'd said, I'm using a dry glue stick now. This is Pritt, and I'm just going to cover that. So yesterday, I said I was supposed to have been doing some housework and I was going to do the lounge after I'd finished my video. Well, after I'd finished my video, I had a cup of tea, sat down, fatal, started watching mindless TV. Next thing, it was 7 o'clock, I'd absolutely crashed out, so lounge didn't get done. So this morning, I've been in and out of this craft room, and I thought I am not doing any craft until I have done this lounge. Right, what we do here now is we need to sort of bunch it all up. Yeah, I thought I'm not doing this lounge. I'm not doing any crafting until I have done my lounge. Anyway, I've also mentioned that while I have been, it's like a glossy and a dull, I'm going to use the glossy side. So I'm going to scrunch this now onto my base. This is why it's called a sloppy book. So, as you know, and I'm whispering now, hubby's around, I've been doing my craft room, and I think I've probably told you about it a billion times. I've been doing my craft room and getting rid of stuff, but at the same time, which I've given to my daughter for use in her nursery and reception class, so that's the children 3, 4, 5 years old. But while I've done that, I've been buying off eBay, and everything I've bid for, I've won. You know, you think, I'm not going to win this. Well, I did. So I've won loads of stuff on eBay. So yesterday, about 5 parcels arrived. My husband said, what are all these? So I said, oh, they're at Olivia's, that's my daughter's, who's still at home. So he said, right, okay. I mean, one of them was Olivia's. So I thought, if more parcels come today, I can't say, oh, they're Olivia's again. I'm just going to tear down. Yeah, I can't just say, oh, they're Olivia's, can I? Because he's not daft. He probably knew they were mine anyway. So I have thought I'm going to do the lounge, because the lounge is, I just put my glue stick. Well, how can that happen? Anyway, so the lounge is, here it is. It's because I had to put it away with its lid on. So the lounge, it right overlooks where the postman would come to our front door. So I've been in the lounge for ages. In my lounge, I do tend to keep on top of my housework. My lounge wasn't, you know, a disgrace or anything. But clean it, that's not the word. I've had every cushion off the settee. I've wiped the settee. We've got velvet settees too. I was wiping them down. I've had I've got quite a lot of ornaments and things. Did all that, cleaned everything, wiped everything down. My husband knocked on the window because he was in the back garden. He said, what are you doing in there? You're a long time. I said, oh, I'm just giving it a really good do. So anyway, postman arrives, no parcels. I thought, blooming heck, I've done all that, all this work to try and sneak in parcels. No parcels. Just a bill. A gas and electricity bill. Right. So I'm going to get my Distress ink again, my peeled paint, and I'm just going to go over that. Because this is a woodland themed journal, I want that mossy look. Yeah, no parcels. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, I've used Olivia an excuse. I've bottomed my lounge, as my mother would say, bottomed my lounge. What's tomorrow's excuse going to be? Probably have to do, I could do some gardening, couldn't I, at the front of the house? Yeah, I'll try that. He'll be like, what's come over you? I should tell the postman, shouldn't I, to leave my parcels next door or something. Hello, Bo. My dog Bo's just barged into the room. So there we go. So that is going to be, I'm going to tear that off there. That is going to be, it actually looks a bit like a tree, don't you think? Now there is some, I'm going to do some sewing on this book. But you don't have to do. You can, it's sewing my signature in. I'm going to do it on the sewing machine, but you can do it on the, using a pamphlet stitch if you want to. So there you go. That's the little book. Papers. So I've been and had a look through my stash of papers. This is a tea guide. So you just need to measure, because it's a sloppy book. You do not need to worry about anything, about neat cutting or anything. That is the beauty of a sloppy book. Now I brought this envelope. Will that fit in or stick out? No, it's going to stick out. I'll not use that. So that's one. This is some that I did like in the dot pan. I only want 4. I don't want lots of pages in it because it would be too thick. Just tear that on there. So I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll tell you what I did as regards. This needs to go around here somewhere. I'll tell you what tomorrow's ploy is to sneak my parcels into the house. Got some really good vintage ephemera and things. I'll have to show you. Let's fold that one in half. 2. And this one. That's nice, isn't it? This is coffee stain. This one, again in the dot pad. Tear it off. Tear a bit off both sides, I think. I'm in shot, aren't I? I love that crinkly sound. Three. Can you see I'm sort of not placing my papers exactly, my torn papers exactly. I'm having a look, I'm seeing that is still too big. So let's tear some more off that one. 3. And this is how I would stitch them in the book, like this. 3, and let's use this one again. Put this one up at the top. Juju, have you got any ploys for sneaking things into your house? Right, so I'm just going to use 4, and that's just like a plate page book. That needs a little bit more off. might actually just put one of these on the outside. Okay, right, fabulous. Right, what I'm going to do now is green, ink the edges. I'm not going to be too precise, it's a sloppy book. It doesn't matter. I mean, it matters because it's still got to look sort of pretty, but I want it to look perhaps, you know, it's a book that's just out there in the woods, that's folded over, that's fine. Hidden in a tree in the Enchanted Woods. I've got some of those lovely new grey Pumice and Lost Shadow distress inks, or distress oxides. I'm looking forward to using those. Those are going to be in sort of my grey themed book. That I'm going to do, that's going on my list of bits. So if it bends, your paper, it's chose to bend itself, do that. Get that extra added bit of interest on. I'm at my textile group tonight. Textile and sewing group, which I love, but a lot of the work is very sort of like painted cross stitch and things. Tonight we're looking at quilting, so that should be interesting. Right, that's that. That is going to go in there. I'm going to stitch that down there with my sewing machine. Now I have gotten here from the beautiful Sabine, sent me these from Germany. Aren't they absolutely die cuts? They're very, very old. So I thought these would look so pretty, you know, on the pages. However, I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I've only had these about a month. Couldn't do it. Couldn't cut them up. I had these of my own as well. These are mine. So what I did is I copied them onto paper. Thought they look good. And I thought, out of interest, because I'm doing a grey and white book next, I thought, let's have a look. Do they print in black and white? And they do. They look quite good in black and white as well. So I printed them and I cut them out. Here they are. Whoop. I'm in frame, yeah. Printed them, cut them out, because I am very, very slow at fussy cutting. I've cut them out, and some, like this little ladybird there, can you see I've just put some diamond glaze on. Not diamond dust this time. This is Judikins diamond glaze. I love it because it's a glue as well, but it dries quickly. See, I put it on the wings there. So each of my little dies that I've cut out, so that I'm really pleased with how they've turned out. And I did, this one isn't quite dry, it's still a bit milky there, but it'll be fine. So what I'm going to do with these, I thought I'd stick them on my pages like this, but then I thought on the back it's going to be that pure white paper. So I could put some green on, but I thought, let's put some cheesecloth on. Now this cheesecloth is a cheesecloth that doesn't like to tear, so I'm just going to cut some pieces. This is stained with something. don't know what I'm even going to... Rust, I think. Might have been when I was trying rust. Might have been. I don't know. So I thought if I got these pieces and just sort of distress them up and glued them on the back. I've glued them on there. So let's get the old Fabri-Tac out now. If I glue them on, these like that, and then glued my fussy cut dies out. I'm talking, this soppy book is like inspired by Laurie Girl on the Ridge and Coffee Girl. Have you ever seen Laurie Girl on the Ridge fussy cut? My word, she's got the fastest finger in the world, I think. So that is on there, so it looks like that. And it looks like that on the back. I could always just do a bit of that green there. She's got the fastest fingers in the world. I have never, ever seen anybody fussy cut as fast as Laurie Girl on the Ridge. I just don't know if she does it. I'm going to put some mushrooms here. I do not know how she does it. She's like, and it's cut. I'm like, takes ages. She has a technique of moving the paper and not the scissors. Well, I am not brilliant at that, so I am now trying to teach myself to just manipulate the paper and not manipulate the scissors. Can only but try, can't we, and learn. I thought the more I fussy cut, and that's a reason I don't fussy cut, is because it always takes me so long. Those mushrooms look delightful. It's not quite dry there in the middle, but it's the diamond glaze. Just put a little bit of this on the back. That's there. So I want one around here. Oh, yeah. So last night I'm in bed having a cup of tea, watching Laurie, and I'm like, my goodness, how do you do that so fast? She's like the fastest finger in town. This is pretty. I like the ladybird. I like the little shoes on the ladybird there. Let's put this on there. The reason I'm using Fabri-Tac too is because of the fabric, surprisingly. Dog's going for a haircut this afternoon. Should be fun. She goes and has a full beauty treatment. She has a wash and a groom. She's a spaniel, so she doesn't molt, but hair just continues to grow and grow and grow. So she's going, having a wash and a groom, but she has the VIP. She's been going for like nearly 12 years. She's an old girl, so she has a full wax. So they use like a blueberry, I don't know what it is, a blueberry cream that they massage into a pause. You know, the pads of a pause. Just blueberry doggy foot cream massaged into a pause. She has that's pretty. That one I did the jumper and the wings of that one. So she has blueberry foot cream. I decided to put one of these on every page because I'm leaving the pages blank for writing on. Yeah, so she has a foot rub. she's looking at me now. I know, I'm talking about you. She'll have a full body massage. She will have her ears cleaned, and she has the absolute full works. Because she's been going so long, they all know her, and the tops of the mushrooms there, they all know her and love her, and they fill her full of doggy treats. She loves it, and she comes home and she smells delicious. Not like she smells now. She smells a bit whiffy at the minute because she's been out and about and playing out. Yeah, all morning. My husband's doing the fencing, so she's been helping, and she thinks it's great because she can just run straight through to the neighbour's garden as well. So yeah, so that's happening. But the minute she gets out the car at the groomers, the vet's next door to the groomers, so the minute she gets out the car, she lies on the floor and crosses her paws over, because she knows it's the vet's. And even though the vet, once she's in the vet, she's fine. And even though she gets treats off the vet, she's still, she crosses her arms over her body, lies on her back. She's a big dog because she's half cocker, half Springer Spaniel. And I think she's a lot more. She's big, tall like a Springer Spaniel, but stocky like a Cocker Spaniel. Now, why have I only got one of these? And oh, here we go. I knew I'd done 8. So she's she's big like tall like a Springer Spaniel, but stocky like a Cocker Spaniel. Like a little working cocker. This is nice, isn't it? Blowing there's the wings are done and the dandelion wishes. So yeah, so she's going there. So hubby will have to take her, because when she lies down, and she does it in the middle of the road on the car park, you pull up and it's as though she like knows exactly where she is, and she's like, I ain't going in at all. So forget that. So he has to pick her up and carry her in. Once she's in, fine, no problem at all. It's just that getting her in there. When she's in, she loves it. She's like making eyes at everybody. She's going in, tails wagging, and she looks across at the vets like, ha ha, I'm not coming to you today. No, no, no. Because she's got high blood pressure. I think she's on the same blood pressure medication as my mum. She's got high blood pressure and some heart problems. So she associates the vets now. I think, as wonderful as the vets are, she sort of associates it with investigations. Because every now and again she has to go in for a few hours just for blood pressure checks. And when she goes into the vets, she's so cheeky. Like other dogs are sat in cages. No, Bo has she has a big cushion in there. Apparently she sits on the cushion. She doesn't go in the cage because she don't want to. But apparently she's very, very, very good girl. Right, so those are those pages. Those look pretty, don't they? Sabine, I know they're not the originals, but they look fantastic. Right, so that I am going to stitch with the sewing machine down the middle. So the cover, I have got this one from the cover, but I thought I would put some of my beautiful sari silk ribbon from Perrin Crafts, which I have bought for when I do the grey Grey with a Hint of Lilac journal. Well, I can't find the beginning. Here it is. So I thought I'd tie some of this around. There's a fastener. So let's do that. By the time I come to do this journal I've got planned, I'm going to have to be buying more sari silk. Never mind. So that is going to go there. So let's just tie that. I do like it because I do believe it does look a little bit like tree bark. And just to tuck in that pocket, the Enchanted pocket. Right. I'll just go around the edge of this with the green. Just to take that little white bit off. Right. Cat's crying now. We want our food. So tomorrow, my mum normally comes here to do some crafting with me. We're making some lace books. And I normally put some pictures on my Instagram at Be Divine Vintage. However, tomorrow, I'm going to have to go to her house because she's had a leak and the plumbers are in tomorrow. So she was, I can't get out to come to craft. What am I going to do? And I'm missing craft and I've missed you because you've been to Wales. And so I said, Mother, the crafting can come to you. So I'm going to do some hand stitching at my mum's tomorrow with my mum, which should be very nice afternoon. There we go. So there's a little sloppy woodland themed book. Need to stitch it. However, let's have a look at it in the altered book. So am I on screen? Yes, that is going to sit in there like that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I do like that. That will flatten down once the book's being shut. So that is lovely. I do like that with that just peeping out there. So I think those 2 pages are finished. You know what it's like. The more you come back at it, you think, oh, I could just do this. I could just do that. I could just. There's always something else, isn't there? Anyway, got a sore finger. Watch that diamond dust. Made my finger bleed yesterday when I was doing that. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Sharon Alexander. This is Be Divine Vintage. If you've liked what I've done, please subscribe. I'm trying to become world famous. So thank you so much. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.